And this is the quick review, ratios and proportions. So I've got to do a couple things here. So remember, a ratio is a comparison of two quantities, usually in fractional form. You could use the word to, or you can use a colon. All right, I'm going to convert 10 kilometers to miles. So remember, when we do conversion factors, we start with what we have and we put it over 1. And now I have to use a series of conversion factors, quantities that equal 1, to get from kilometers to miles. Now, this next step is automatic. Because kilometers are on the top, I need kilometers on the bottom. I'm going to go from kilometers to meters. And I know that there are 1,000 meters in every 1 kilometer. I am now going to divide out the kilometers, and we're in meters. Okay, we got to get all the way to miles. Now, I know I need meters on the bottom to get out of meters, and I know how to get from centimeters to inches. So that's the conversion factor I have to use. So I have to get to centimeters. Okay, I know that there are 100 centimeters in every 1 meter. I can now divide out my meters. All right, again, I know I'm going to start with centimeters on the bottom, and now I can go to inches. And I know that there are 2.54 centimeters in every 1 inch. 2.54 centimeters in every 1 inch. Okay, so now I'm rolling along, and my centimeters divide out. Next conversion factor, all right. Inches have to go on the bottom, so they'll divide out, and I'm going to go to feet. All right, I know there are 12 inches in every 1 foot. The inches divide out. Pretty long one, right? I chose it on purpose to try to review with you. See, now we're in feet. And finally, I know I need feet on the bottom. I can go to miles on the top because I know that there are 5,280 feet in every 1 mile. My feet have gone away, and now I'm in miles. So I'm going to multiply the 10 times the 1,000 times the 100, right? I'm going across tops. I'm going to divide by the 2.54 there with the centimeters. I'm going to divide by the 12 with the inches. And then I'm going to divide by the 5,280 feet in every 1 mile. And here's where I ended up. I'm going to round off. I got 6.2 miles. Hey, have you ever seen anybody do a 10K? What are they doing? 6.2 miles, right? You may have seen that little 6.2 sticker. That's why 10 kilometers is 6.2 miles. All right, the other thing we had to deal with are ratios. When you have two ratios that are equal, we call it a proportion. Now, I chose the harder one. The way we're going to solve this is by cross multiplying. Because in a proportion, you can multiply the extremes. Whoops, sorry about that. You can multiply the extremes, that's top left, bottom right, and you can multiply the means, bottom left, top right. Okay, so that's how we're going to solve this. We're going to solve this by multiplying the extremes and the means. So I end up with a negative 2 times the 4 plus x equals a 3 times a 2x minus 4. Now you got to have those parentheses, because it's the whole times the whole. So I've got to distribute. So negative 8 minus 2x on the left, a 6x minus 12 on the right. Okay, so remember, when you have variables on both sides, you got to get all your variables on one side. I'm going to move the negative 2x from the left to the right by adding their opposite to both sides. Let me go up here for vision's sake. So I end up with negative 8 on the left equals 6x and 2x is 8x minus 12. Now I'm ready to isolate my variable, right? So let's add a positive 12 to both sides. And I get 4 equals 8x. Let's divide both sides by 8. And we end up with 1/2 equals x. All right? Hey, looked like a hard proportion, but it's not really if you understand that you can cross multiply. Again, I chose one of the harder ones to help you to understand how to solve. All right, ratios and proportions.